Well, Tesla is far ahead in self-driving cars. But every single car someday will have to have autonomous capability. It's safer, it's more convenient, it's more fun to drive.
It's naive to believe that your government will not weaponize the tools that it has to control you. This may be why the Biden administration issued an executive order placing urgency on CBDC research and development. All signals point towards this administration developing a CBDC that can and will be used to surveil and control Americans. The Federal Reserve has even described it. Don't listen to them when they tell you that they're not doing anything. The Federal Reserve has already described CBDCs as one of their key duties in a document that was provided to my office.
This bill is very clear. It gives authority to the SEC and the CFTC to jointly write the rules around crypto. Now think about that. We are directing them to write the rules, to give transparency. What's a digital asset? What's a commodity? What's a security? Who can be a dealer? How do you become a broker? How do you register as an exchange? And how do you do custody? We actually give the roadmap to these two agencies.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. We have Ethereum up. And guys, we have that decision coming down today. Now, don't forget, we have options tomorrow. We have the stock market up after the NVIDIA earnings news. And guys, we know they're pushing this chip message. Remember, NVIDIA had revenues of $26 billion. And if you times that by 4, that's $104 billion. But you're talking about over a $2 trillion company. The multiple makes no sense when it comes to these companies unless you understand we're moving over to the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we're starting to see this plan come together. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now down. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto slightly down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo yesterday was $496 billion. And we see that's been moving in the wrong direction because we know it's there to manipulate yields. Now, we have Jamie Dimon says the Fed could raise rates. And then also we have the Fed minutes said they're willing to keep rates higher for longer. But guys, we know for a fact they're going to be cutting rates going towards the back half of this year. And due to this being an election year, only thing they need is Jerome Powell to say that he's looking at cutting rates. Not cutting rates, just looking at cutting rates. And we see the manipulation in the bond market. We know all this is based on an algorithm. Yield rates drop, and of course, it gives stocks a boost, keeping the illusion up. But the consumer is definitely telling us that they are hurting. And remember, the NWO causes a problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And that solution is the machines. And as the machines take over the economy, we know they're going to be airdropping that free money to the people. Remember, guys, during the C word, 2020, this was already tested. The simulation was already done. Now they're ready to implement the plan. But guys, what I don't want you to do is get stuck in 2020. You have a lot of people keep speaking about 2020 and you'll get stuck there. Remember, you're trying to move ahead. Yes, whatever decision you made in 2020, you made it. But the fact is, you have to keep moving. They want you to be stuck back in time. And that's the reason why a lot of algorithms keep pushing you what happened in the past. Whether you fell for it or not, it doesn't matter at this point. We're in 2024, and I need you to think 2034. Get yourself invested for your friends and family. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale right now all down as I do this video. But getting over into a little crypto news. The buzz yesterday, the House approves the crypto bill. Now it goes to the Senate, and of course it goes to Biden. And all of a sudden the tune has changed. And remember, guys, I told you, regulation will come in 2024. Then we off to the races in 2025. And we're seeing it all come together like a big puzzle. Even though it's plenty of different sectors, they're all coming together for this fourth industrial revolution. And that's the reason why I tell you, get ahead, guys. Get invested. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But we're still early. Just imagine, the masses have no clue what's about to happen. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the U.S. authorities will transfer the bank man to California. And guys, we know that's home. And we have some of those facilities in California that look better than homes. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have Ether security debate continues as SEC ETF decision deadline looms. And if the SEC does approve, guys, we know what cryptos move along with Ethereum, especially if you're part of my stock premium account. I've already been over that. If the SEC denies it, then we know all crypto is going to pull back. And then, of course, guys, we have options tomorrow on top of that, so we will get a decent pullback. So if you're a trader, not a hodler, if you're a trader, sit back, get your popcorn, let it play out, but be ready to pull the trigger. But again, guys, when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution, this timeline is correct. I wanted to see whether they're going to be passing regulation. We now see regulation starting to move. We know the stablecoin bill is starting to move. And we know stable coins and CBDCs keep the central banks in charge. Yes, will the people see the CBDC? No, they're going to see the stable coins. These programmable stable coins, they'll be able to tell you what, when, and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend them or poof, is gone. They'll be attached to the CBDC that you'll never see. It will be different from China, but still have the same effect. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.